So, woke up. Time is it? 12:31. Woke up about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Got the day started. Woke up. Got myself on good energy, good vibes. Got some good breakfast, good energy drink. Start the day off with good energy. Get the inspiration, the motivation going. Have a great day for the day. But I need to get something off my chest. I can't fathom or understand how, and I'm not gonna put no names out there or put anybody on blast or anything because, still my homeboy, still my day one, nothing changed. I'm not, mad or upset or nothing, but a lot I'm definitely upset. I'm not mad or, I'm not gonna cut him off or anything for something like that, but I can't understand how I sat on a call with one of my friends while I was at work yesterday for over an hour and a half. Trying to get him to commit to his dreams, trying to get him to take the risk, trying to get him to join me and come up together and be the duo and, get the life that we want in the cars and, live that duo dream, right? I sat there for an hour and a half for him to contemplate, second guess, even think about. For you to even have to contemplate or even second guess or think about committing yourself to your dreams or committing yourself to the life you want, especially when I know he has the discipline. I know he has the fight. He might not be as hungry as I am, but he has that hunger in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has the form of being capable. He is extremely capable, extremely, like, not necessarily like down to earth, but he has the what it needs to sit down and commit to the commit that he needs to make, especially to get to the life that he wants. But he's just too comfortable. He can't get out of that comfort state. Like, he can't commit to something that has that risk behind it because of what we have been brainwashed from the start. The 9 to 5 and being comfortable and the uncomfortability being the trap rather than the comfortability being the trap. Like, I know, as I mentioned before, he has the fight, the spirit, the discipline. Like, he has 90% of our generation's distractions cut off. I will be 21 and this month, 24 days. He is already 21. We are both grown. I've known him since 5th grade, day one, someone I've been locked in with for a very long time. Even though we've grown up, we haven't detached, always talk to each other, shit like that. But it hits you differently when they can do it. They have the fight, the spirit, the goal. And as I mentioned before, he has literally 90% of our generation's distractions cut off already, which is drinking, smoking, going out and partying, women. Like, he already has the discipline. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't go out. He rarely conversates and talks with women. And it's not that he's ugly. He literally just has the discipline and knows the consequences to those fuck-ups. So, like, in my mind, he has the perfect business mindset and personality and character traits, at least someone that can become a mastermind behind business, and still decided to say no. I tried to get him to go to the gym with me last night, and I tried to get him to start this business with me. And he asked me if he could go to the gym with me tomorrow, rather than, making it happen in the night of. And he didn't even give me a definite answer of joining the business rather than him being comfortable. I asked him, okay, well, take a step back. What do you want to do? Are you comfortable? If you're comfortable with life and you don't want to get rich, then continue where you're at, I'm gonna, have my full support. Like, I'm not gonna be upset because you're not trying to do what I do or get rich. Everybody has a different life, but at the same time, like, it didn't make any sense as to why you're okay with living this life when you want something different. Like, he doesn't necessarily want the over luxurious life and social media involved life, and that's not necessarily what I want neither. I just want the freedom behind it. But you can have all that and not be social media or publicized, and not have that integration of society behind you and all these eyes looking at you. Like, growing into a business and growing into a businessman, all of that embarrassment and shy and caring about what the next person think already goes out the window, and he battles with that now. But it just it hits a certain spot in my body that I know he can become a boss in business, and still is just okay with thinking about it and waiting and seeing where I go, was the words he gave me, was see where I go with this, where it takes me, and then try to join or try to start it up. Like, I don't know. This is why they tell you, you can't teach hunger. That is so facts. Like, teaching hunger, getting caught up and trying to do it with somebody, or being scared to do it by yourself, bro, it's not going to get you anywhere. Just take the step, bro. Do it now. God will steer, but you have to row. You actually have to get up and do something about it. Nothing changes. The more you just sit around and contemplate, is the longer you're going to just sit around and contemplate. A lot of people wait until they feel ready, or until they have a sense of, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to do it. And usually they're never ready. That they tell you that with having kids, like, if you wait till around the perfect time to have a child, you're never going to have one, because you're never going to feel like you're in that opportunity, especially with 90% of people. But get up, take the first step, take that first action, actually make it happen. And I haven't even made it happen yet, but I know I have made it happen. In this lifetime, there's already a version of me. There is, in the multiverse, there is no version of me at all that is not successful, that has not won in life. In this timeline, this is my come up. This is the start of my come up. This was just the start in my era. And every other multi-line and and multiverse and other timelines out there, I am already successful. I know I'm successful, and like, this is just the spot that I come up in, this one. So I feel like, and then, I guess, like everybody says that, easier said than done. Anybody can do it. It's very possible. All it takes is information and sitting down, committing, and learning what you need to learn. But not gonna lie, in my opinion, and I'm not nowhere even close to being where I want to be yet, but having that rich mindset comes with mindset first. In order to be rich, in order to get rich, it starts with the mindset. It starts with the mentality. Being delusional, bro. Being the full manifestation behind it. Relying on God. Like, there are a lot of people that have gotten rich and have got the abundance they've accumulated, not relying on God, or doing things the opposite way. And a lot of those people end up on the opposite hand of Jesus, whether it's being punished for what they've done and what they've committed, and not repenting, and putting their back towards God and having the eternal hellfire. But it all boils down, in my opinion, to what you're willing to do for yourself. Like, are you willing to die? Are you willing to die for your future? Like, if you're okay with the comfortability of having the day-to-day 9-to-5 life, and having a good set of, I guess, friends or people you hang out with, that y'all go out, party, have fun, living the traditional 9-to-5 average life, it's not like it's a problem, like, it's not a hate towards anybody, but like, I know I'm different, and in my life, I know the average 9-to-5 life is not me. I know that's not going to sustain me. I know that's not who I am. That's not who like, there's a part in my soul that literally doesn't see that life. Like, I cannot see an average life. I only see the luxurious life. I only see the freedom life and the life that I want. I don't see the average 9-to-5, always working a job, work my life away, retire at 75, 401k kind of thing life. Like, I literally can't fathom it. I can't even envision or see that part in my future, because it's not there. It's not there. That's like trying to imagine a new color. You can't. Like, it's not something that's for me. But as I said, I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm not gonna cut the man off because of it. It just, like, it really, really kicked it into gear. I asked God, as I was calling him last night, because he hasn't even really been answering. I've been trying. This isn't the first time I have called. I have texted. He knows what I'm integrating, what I'm trying to start, going to the gym. I've tried to been doing this, trying to been getting him to do that, and it has been procrastination after excuse after procrastination after excuse. And last night was the last time. The last call, I was in my car talking to God and told him it was his last time. This is my last time calling. This is my last time trying. And I'm going to give it my all. And literally in that same breath, he picked up the phone. Mid-sleep, woke up out of his sleep, picked up the phone. Hour and a half goes by, and I still got nowhere. Still got nowhere. Still didn't get that fire in him. So, they, moral of the story, they can't teach hunger, bro. But I'll give y'all a little more of a backstory on God, and not necessarily why I've chosen God, but essentially why I've chosen God. I have not necessarily always been like this super overly religious, Christ-driven person, in this last month, my entire reality and mindset and personality and character has been flipped on its head, like full circle, 180, full 360 kind of thing, like literally flipped on its head, tossed and tossed. Like, I have been full reconstruction from personality and character, etc., XYZ. Have not been, a Christ-driven person. Like, I did not necessarily believe in Christ. Like, I wasn't anti-Christ. I wasn't an atheist or nothing. But, like, there's a lot of gods out there. There's a lot of deities and stuff that are in mythology and Norse mythology. I mean, it's mythology for a reason, But point is, there's a lot of beliefs out there, and I didn't want to throw myself into a belief without having the comfortability, of not necessarily evidence, because if it's evidence, then it's not a belief, it's a fact. A belief is the hope. That's what makes the belief. So it wasn't necessarily like I needed evidence, but like I just wanted to learn more about other, cultures and other religions and stuff like that before I could admit myself to my God. And I woke up one day and my whole, everything flipped upside down. It's like God touched me in my sleep, and my whole everything flipped upside down. And I have vowed and committed myself to God ever since. I've quit drinking. I've quit going out. I vowed both of those things actually to God himself to be done and be completely out of my life until I got to where I wanted to be financially and mentally, not just financially and mentally, but physically, to have the freedom that I want. But I vowed to cut out all those distractions, control my lust, make prayer once a night, repent for my sins, etc. And I said that to, I explained the beforehand to tell you all that to let you know, this isn't something that I've been doing. I'm not like a Christ-driven person. As I explained, I wasn't raised religiously or Christianity, nothing like that. Like, I've been to church a couple of times, but I've never dove or gone into it the way I have now. And literally within the last 2-3 weeks of me committing myself, it has just been an overwhelming feeling of peace and abundance and nothing to fear, and knowing everything's going in the direction I need it to, knowing I'm gonna make it work out, knowing I'm okay regardless if I have $1 to my name or 500 million to my name, knowing that God has got me. And it's a different feeling of graciousness and being grateful and faithful and abundance. It's hard to explain. You just feel it. But I said that to give a rundown of an understanding of this is insane for me. It has sparked so much fire in my system and in my soul. This is the path. I know this is the calling. I know this is where I'm supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to be around. This is what I'm supposed to do with my life. I know this is my beginning, and I feel like it's all because I called on Jesus. I vowed myself to him. I gave myself to him. I committed myself to prayers, and I committed myself to certain rules and things I had to follow, especially when it came to God, especially on top of the prayer that I make. And I let him guide my decisions day to day, literally every day. I have him in the back of my mind when I'm basing a decision, how I move about things. it resonates and sits differently with me now. It's insane. But regardless of this spill of 15 minutes of, you know, just my life, I guess, essentially, you know, the last day and a half, the last 2 weeks, we woke up, as we originally started the video off with, got the, not necessarily the business started, got the shop kicked up, got the shop name kicked up. I'm about to get ready and start the website and the brand and the logo, get all that kicked up. I'm gonna officially launch, hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Depends when that website gets started. So we're gonna get it started, not necessarily started, but finished. So either Monday or Tuesday, and I'm gonna launch that and start organic marketing. When I do launch that, I'll post the video, you know, let you guys know I'm doing, like I said, the full documentary, posting everything, posting every single day, keep everything, you know, genuine and real. So you guys will get the update on everything, but a little bit of outlook, I guess, or not necessarily an outlook, but an in-look on what I have going on and why I started, and, you know, why I'm trying to do what I do. And I didn't even give a full spiel. We'd be here for fucking 4 hours, but I feel like that gives a good general rundown of things. But I will be back, and we'll kick the video back off with the next update for the day. Haven't really decided yet, but I might go play some kickball. Might actually get out the house for once. I've been hard on myself for like the last 3 weeks straight, extremely hard on myself. So like lack of sleep, but you know, it's worth it. So we might go out, play kickball for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Got work today as well. Nothing changes, same commitments, same thing every day. So, but we'll kick the video back off later today with